Man, took me a minute to make this video today. I've been trying to get over the Chiefs loss from last night. Man, what I want to get back to, if you guys remember, I used to have the Mixtip Mondays, and I want to get back to dropping some sort of knowledge, something that I've learned, something that I can pass on. I want to start dropping that every single Monday, whether it's in the form of a vlog or a standalone tutorial like this is going to be. So this one's going to be really short and sweet. I just wanted to share with you guys something that I actually did today on a mix. I had sent a mix off to the artist. Everything for the most part was good, but they had a few notes that they wanted me to change, and one of the notes was the vocal sounded like it was too upfront. And too pretty much aggressive. They wanted the vocal to feel more part of the music, part of the atmosphere, not so aggressive. So there's a number of ways you can fix that. There's a number of ways that you can set the vocal back into the mix, whether it's turning down the fader, shortening the pre-delay on a reverb, or settings that you can manipulate with your compressor. So I want to show you guys what I did on this particular song, and you guys can kind of take it from there.
Okay, so here's the session. It is called Light, and this is by my boy Eric Araz. He did all the production, all the vocals, super talented dude. All of his information is linked below if you want to check him out. What I'm going to do first is play the record where it is at its current state, and then I'll go back to what it was before when I sent off the original mix.
When I first saw my life turned off, burned you my fate until I escape.
So it's a super small tweak what I did to the vocal, but it accomplishes a lot in my opinion. Here's how it was.
When I first saw my life turned off, burned.
Okay, so again, what Eric wanted was he had mentioned that the vocal was a little bit too upfront, a little bit too aggressive, and he wanted it to feel more a part of the atmosphere while keeping the balance that we have between the vocal and the effects. And he also likes the fact that the effects are as present as they are, and you can really hear them. So what I could have done, it was simply pulled down the fader a little bit on the lead vocal, but what that does is it messes up the balance between the vocal and the effects on the vocal. I could have easily pulled down the fader for both the vocal as well as the effects. The effects, I have them, let's see, the effects are actually printed on this track here, but if I pull down the fader for both, then that loses the presence of the effects that he likes. He likes the effects to be where they are. So another thing I could have done was shortened the pre-delay time on a reverb, and that would have pushed the vocals back a little bit. But again, that messes up the relationship between how the vocal and the effects are interacting as well. So what I wanted to do was just kind of smooth the vocal out even more. So what we tend to do in modern music is if we want a vocal to be aggressive and upfront, we take the release time of a compressor and make it fast, if not as fast as possible. So when doing the original mix, I chose the Fairchild as the compressor I wanted to use on this vocal because I wanted it to be a smooth compressor, something that was not as aggressive, but I did go with the fastest release time, just kind of, you know, with the mindset of having the vocal up front. But with the feedback that I got and not wanting to mess up the balance between the vocal and the effects, what I chose to do was simply take the release time and drop that from a 1 down to a 3. And so when it's at 1, you can clearly see on the compressor, if you watch the meter, when I hit play, every vocal that comes in or every word that comes in, the compressor is fully released, and it allows that for that next vocal to pop through without getting hit initially. So watch, the gain reduction meter will be back at 0 every time a new word comes in.
When I first saw my...
So what that allows is for the vocal to pop out at you, and it's right up front. It's almost on top of the mix, which again, a lot of times is what we're going for. But in this record, he wanted it to feel a part of the atmosphere while keeping the balance. So what I wanted to do is lower that to 3, and you'll notice that the compressor is always working. So it's not allowing for those initial peaks of a new word to pop through so aggressively. It kind of tames those and pushes the vocal back a little bit.
When I first saw my life turned off, burned you my fate on.
So one more time, you can really hear it at the beginning. This is with the fast release.
When I first saw my,
and the slower release.
when I first saw my life turned off, burned you my fate until I escape.
So again, it's super, super subtle, but it's the combination of these subtle things that can take your mix from 80 or 90% up to 100%. I know for me personally, that's where I've really been focusing on the last year or so, is getting that last 10% and getting a vocal or getting a mix from sounding pretty good to like, damn, who mixed this, right? That's where I want to be. Every time someone hears something, I want them to be like, damn, who did this? So I think it's that last 10%. It's those little things that a lot of us younger engineers either don't hear yet, or we sometimes get too lazy, or whatever the case may be. It's those last subtle things that's really going to take you over the top. Take this, add this to your bag of tricks. It's, as a mixer, it's important to be able to have a number of different things that we can have in our bag. So, whatever the situation may be, we've got a number of things that we could test out to try to accomplish whatever it is that we're hearing in our head or what the artist is hearing in their head. So yeah, if you guys dig this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely subscribe. I drop new videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whether it's a tutorial like this, or most of the time it's going to be some sort of vlog. So yeah, definitely join the community if you haven't. And I'm going to catch you guys with another vlog on Wednesday. Peace.